All right, welcome into the college football side of the Weekend Rewind. I'm joined by my guy, Roger Schultz, as always. Roger, how you doing, man?
Man, I am doing great. What, are you kidding me? What a supposed to be a week action of football, right? I thought it was some ills got righted. What are you talking about? Little upsets?
It
wasn't as chaotic as I thought it would be, but it was good.
Yeah, it was a week of football for a few teams. Your guy Dabo there in the first half. They cleaned it up there in the second half, figured it out. Oklahoma State looked like an FCS team, but we'll get into all of that. But the big story that I know people are really wanting to hear your opinion on, Roger, the Alabama Crimson Tide. It was all doom and gloom. Now things are looking up. I mean, it was against ULM, but I mean, they did as good as they could to get right, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a group of 5 team or whatever. It's a Sun Belt team, a team that's done well. I mean, in the Sun Belt, they've had their wins, but at the end of the day, like even last week, so it's interesting. We did this podcast last Sunday, and I guess I didn't throw anybody under the bus too much. I said, just be patient. Ty Simpson's going to be okay. A little upset with Ryan Williams and his performance, dropping balls and stuff like that. But as you go and you watch the film and you kind of go on through the week, you start seeing things a little bit more. And the one thing I said, everything is correctable, right? So basically what Alabama did Saturday is they went out there and did what we expected them to do, right? Right the ship, go out there and beat them 73-0. Let a lot of young people play. And it might have raised some eyebrows. Or maybe there's some guys that probably should be playing that aren't playing that much. And then there's some that didn't play that everybody hopes they may stay in concussion protocol for another week or two. But, no, I mean, I'm serious. Listen, that was the one thing with Ryan Williams. I mean, he's basically, is Ryan Williams talented? 100%. There's no doubt he's got talent. Is he a distraction? Hell yeah, he's a big distraction. He seemed like he was a big distraction for that team. But when I go back to week 1, part of the distraction is I don't care what anybody says, the coach has had him in the wrong position. He ain't a slot receiver. He's just not a slot receiver. He's not big enough. Why would you do that? You kind of limit. And then when you looked at this game and you looked at the slot receivers that Alabama used in this game, they're pretty good. Yeah. I was surprised. Brooks and Adams? Dude, are you kidding me? Those are your slot guys. What do you do got Ryan Williams run the slot just because you need to get Isaiah Horton in because he's fast? I mean, dude, he could be a second string. He doesn't have, just because you got him in the transfer portal and he came from Miami doesn't mean he has to damn start if he ain't one of the best receivers. That's all I'm saying. And is he better than Ryan Williams? I don't know. Does he run better routes? I know Ryan Williams got a lot of things he's got to work on. He's a little bit of a distraction. But Alabama,
distraction, like what, from all the dances and the painting the nails? Is that the distraction? Or?
It's all of it, right? When you got to question everything about him, I was like, dude, I'll tell you what, why don't you do this for us, Ryan Williams, just to appease pretty much everybody that watches football and everything and is probably just kind of sick of all your little stuff. Just play ball, right? Stay off social media until, I don't care what you do January to July. Right? Mm-hmm. You want to go out and whatever, create new dances and all that stuff. That's fine. Hey, but when football, at least act like you're dialed in and you're ready to play ball. And I think he is. And he's a talented player and he's going to be fine. I wish he'd get out of concussion protocol. I want him out on the field because I think he could be dangerous. But I also think it shows you too, is like, the team did play better. It was playing Monroe, which is, it is what it is. But a lot of guys got to play. I think, when I look at this thing, a couple of things that I look at is obviously Keelan Russell. Whew, he's going to be a dude, man. I think he's going to be a dude. First of all, I associate numbers with Alabama, and the number 12 at the quarterback position at Alabama is really special, and he might be wearing the right number. That's all I'm going to say. Now, all right, that's all I'm going to say. I don't think he should, if something were to happen to Ty Simpson, then, but I think Ty Simpson played outstanding. I think the thing he did and what we said on this podcast let him watch some film, let him make corrections, let the coaches kind of figure out. And he let it rip, man. When he saw it, he let it rip. 17 for 17. It's pretty impressive. But there wasn't anything you couldn't be. There's not a lot to pick at when you win 72 or 77, whatever the score was.
Well, it definitely seems like, all the criticism that everyone was saying about trying and effort, they definitely took that to heart and they went 110% there. on Saturday night. And even though whatever her name was, who's hoping to win the Powerball, she wants to use it to buy out Kalen DeBoer's contract. Maybe now
the lady in Florence.
Yeah, maybe now she'll spend it on something else. But look, I mean, we were trying to chase Kalen DeBoer, or we weren't. A lot of people were trying to chase Kalen DeBoer out of town. If there's a SEC coach that might be getting chased out of town, it might be an SEC coach that's down there in Gainesville, Florida. Billy Napier and the Florida Gators losing to USF, and this goalish guy over there at USF. I mean, look, hey, USF gave Alabama fits the 2 times that they played them, and now they're taking on Florida. They beat them. USF has 2 top 25 wins already, right? They beat Boise State there in week 1.
That's right.
And then taking care of Florida in Gainesville. I saw a clip of all the coaches. They were just celebrating and having a great time there coming out of the booth. And all the other Florida Gators coaches are walking with their head hanging low. What do you think about
that's because they're all going to be on the job market here pretty
soon. What do you think about Billy Napier, DJ Lagway? I mean, Florida they were ranked high. They have one of the toughest schedules. I don't think people thought that USF was going to be the team in Florida to knock them out.
Well, just look at their schedule that they have coming up in the next 3 weeks. I mean, it's not good to come off a loss to South Florida and then have to face that schedule. But here's the deal. Okay, so Florida is going to end up having what I'm going to call a college football problem. All right. And this is it. Obviously, they're in year 4 with Billy Napier. It's not getting any better. Obviously, he's got to go, right? I mean, it's not saying thing out of the realm. He's probably got to go. And he may turn around. He may win these next 3 games and everything be forgotten. But part of it is the coaching decision that he made is just unbelievable. So they get the ball, right? They have like a 3-play, 2-yard drive, took 27 seconds off the clock. And after, South Florida missed the go-ahead field goal with 2:52 to go. You remember that? So Florida gets the ball, throw the ball on first down, and it's literally a 2-yard drive, 27 seconds off the clock. Then when South Florida gets it, and Florida has a couple timeouts, they never use them until there's 22 seconds left in the game or whatever. So I'm thinking, Billy Napier, what do you do? You're making every mistake that Little League coaches, junior high coaches, freshman coaches, JV coaches, varsity high school football coaches, and every level of college know, hey, with 2:52, you got the lead. Let's just kind of run this thing out. But here's the problem that's going to face Florida. So they're kind of in a downward spiral, or they're in a spiral. They can't seem to get out, right? They've hired a bunch of coaches. They got rid of Dan Mullen when they probably jumped the gun a little bit on that one, right? And I can't even remember who they got after Mullen, but whatever, that guy didn't work out, right? I can't even remember who that coach was.
Muschamp, was he right after?
I don't know who it was. I can't even remember. But so they get Napier in there, and it's not going to work. So here's the college football problem that they have. Since college football has to make a decision at some point in time, or some of these teams are not going to be able to get out of this spiral. So here's Florida's decision, right? The AD. All right, we got to fire this guy. I don't even know what his payout is, but he's got to go. This is year 4. Things kind of look the same. We can't handle NIL. So at the end of the day, if they do keep Napier, probably, and they can lose, or they go 6-5.
They were going to fire him last year, but then he just beat LSU and Ole Miss and saved his job.
But he's got to go this year, because I'll tell you what, for whatever reason. So here's the problem. Here's the college football problem that's going to happen, right? They're going to lose their good players anyway after this year. The good seniors will leave or whatever, and then the other guys, if they have to listen, for example, Alabama lost last week. What was everybody was Katie Barlow, throw them out the window. They're all no good. Let's all get rid. You know how the fans react, right? Real negative. But Kalen DeBoer's message to the team was, "Hey, we're going to rally. We'll circle the wagons. We'll rally troops. We know what we're doing in here. We'll go out and play. Don't listen to the outside noise." Well, the outside noise at Florida is going to be bad. So those players are either going to leave. It's going to cost them a lot of money. And I don't know if Florida, because now Florida's going to have to pay an ex-coach, Napier, whatever they have to pay him for his buyout. They're going to have to hire another coach. At what amount, right? What amount do you hire another coach at? The same, you pay him $8 million to come coach Florida? But Florida, that's what you're expected because you're Florida, right? Well, then all of a sudden, you got all these players leaving, and now you got to somehow invest money in an NIL to get players to replace those players. Like DJ Lagway's going to be hard to replace. Wouldn't you agree? and he's going to get a lot of money out in the open market if he decides to go somewhere else.
I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm not the highest on DJ Lagway, to be
completely. No, I mean, that's how I feel about most of these guys. None of them are blowing my socks off to be paid what they're getting paid.
I think the USF quarterback is maybe better than DJ Lagway. He plays like he's Cam Newton or something.
Yeah, he plays hard. Brown, I mean, that guy, but he's played hard forever, right? He's been a starter. He's got war wounds. He's been through the battle, right? But I'm telling you, man, this Florida thing, because now they're going to have to pay a coach. And what would it say if this athletic director, okay, I'm going to go find me a coach that'll just work for $2 million, and that $6 million we're going to throw into a pile to pay players because we got to somehow buy our way out of this. Because all the good players on the team now are going to go somewhere else, right? Because you're at Florida, you're a good player, you're probably going to go somewhere else. But until college football fixes this transfer rule, I'm not so worried about the NIL. But until
they made the adjustments to the transfer portal. So
no, they didn't. That's just such a window. It's not. They didn't make an adjustment.
But think though. They made one window now. It's right there after January 2nd, 10 days long. You don't do it in December, so that helps bowl season. There's no spring window anymore. That means Nico wouldn't have been able to go to UCLA. Yeah. I think Tennessee's thankful for that.
Yeah.
To be honest, Gio Lopez wouldn't have been able to leave South Alabama and go to North Carolina.
But kids can still leave now, right? I mean, at the end,
they'll always be able to.
No, that you shouldn't. They didn't. They weren't able to before. You had to sit out a year, or you had to sit out 2 years of the SEC.
You're not going to be able to.
Until you can go. You can do it one time. If you got to pay these players, there's somewhere along the line there's got to be a contract. That's what makes it. That's what makes the NFL good, right? Players are held to contracts. Somewhere along the line, you're going to have to hold these players. And they always had the thing, if you a graduate transfer, like if you graduated from the school, that's a free transfer. You can go anywhere you want to. There's no stipulations on it at all. So theoretically you can, but they've got to limit unlimitless transfers. That's basically what I ain't saying about the transfer window when it opens or all that crap. And I could care less if there's one or two. It doesn't really matter. I like that there was a spring one, and it's hard on teams now to do that. But hey, if South Alabama had Gio Lopez yesterday, guess what? They probably beat Tulane.
Yeah, that was a wild game.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, but Florida's going to have this problem, and it's going to end up facing a lot of teams. Is now we just got to throw money, and then you think throwing money at it helps? Michigan threw all that money at Bryce Underwood, right? He's in a fight with Justin Hayes on the sideline, and I love it because Justin's like, dude, come on, and so Portnoy, the guy, that runs Barstool, and he's the one that kind of coordinated the paying the guy. He's telling the coaches, hey, man, you got to throw the ball more. That becomes your problem, right? Now the people giving you money are trying to have influence over your program. Is Michigan a throwing program? What's Michigan defined by? Tough, hard ball, run the football. It's established to run. That's what they are.
Not that I agree with Dave Portnoy being your offensive coordinator or anything like that. I do think that they should have given Bryce Underwood more chances to throw the ball. I mean, it was all just RPOs and screens. That's it. That's all they were. I mean, and I get it, right? We talked about that with Arch Manning and Julian saying, you got these young quarterbacks. You want to kind of have a safe offense when you're going up against an elite defense like what Oklahoma and Brent Venables has. But I do think in some other ways that can limit you, like we saw there with Michigan.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever had any chance of beating Oklahoma.
God, boy, Oklahoma looked good, didn't it? And that Mateer, man, I think he's
and then it's like the complete opposite, right? I feel like they had all the training wheels there on Underwood, and then with Mateer, they were like, hey, man,
just do whatever.
You're a star.
It's like, go make it happen, man. Go do whatever you need to do. We're following you. So, but he's unbelievable. He's a flashy guy. He's like, so we kind of do our little thing too, where we do I did a Heisman thing again. I don't know. So he would probably be the top. Nussmeier's still the top of my Heisman so far. After 2 weeks, Nussmeier's on the top. But
what about Tommy Castellanos? He's probably got to be on there, right? I know they just played East Texas A&M, but
let me look. Tommy Castellanos, Florida State is on my list.
All right.
So Garrett Nussmeier's number one still after last week, and nothing. I mean, they beat Louisiana Tech, whatever. Mateer's fault got number two. I'll tell you another person ought to be on there, Luke Altmaier, because that Illinois Duke game. I mean, Illinois it's a good football team, very reflective of their coach Bielema, and then Tommy Castellanos, and then of course Sawyer Robertson, the quarterback at Baylor with a big win over SMU late.
Yeah.
859 yards, 7 touchdowns without a pick, and against Auburn and against SMU. So that's a pretty good thing. So
what about Byron Brown over there at USF?
Hey, congratulations. Nice performance, but no, you're not a Heisman Trophy guy.
No? Beat 2 top 25 defenses?
It doesn't matter. I mean,
fair enough.
Hey, congratulations. It won't win, though.
Hey, I didn't hear you say Cade Klubnik on that list.
What's wrong with Cade Klubnik? I mean, they get a little behind. I mean, I think he's I don't know if his decision making is. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's kind of been that way, though, right? I mean, he's kind of hasn't really taken the bull by the horn, so to speak. He can, but hey, look, at the end of the day,
he looked great there at the end of the season and in the college football playoff. But I think we all just expected, hey, he's going to just be better, and he looks worse than he did last year.
Yeah, he's kind of regressed a little. I don't know if the defenses have gotten ready for him or they understand Garrett Riley's offense or whatever, So, but that might be part of it too. But yeah, those it's interesting as we get into college football and the SEC. I thought, look, hey, Vanderbilt went into a hostile environment at Virginia Tech, and that Pavia guy that guy's a real deal. I mean, he's running the option, he's lead blocking. I mean, he's doing, and dude, they wore him out and set 34 points in the second half to really just blow out West Virginia. Tennessee looked really good. You talked about what a blessing that they had 2 windows so they could get rid of.
Yeah.
I'm a leaving, and he's a left, and they are happy.
Yeah. I'm a loser. Yeah, they just lost to UNLV of a game-winning interception that he threw. I think it was.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is the coaches knew that, right? Heupel knew that he wasn't that great, and then when he tried to big dog him, he's like, "I'll just be better off without you." And then he gets this Joy Aguilar, who's App State. He knows that you said, dude, he looks. I mean, Tennessee, man. I mean, 73-0 or something over East Tennessee. I mean, I know it's amazing that how some of these teams just show up, and Tennessee's got they're playing pretty well right now. You got to be impressed with them so far for what they've played. They're going to step up a little bit, get a little bigger stage this week than it was last week. But good job. Auburn takes care of business. Kansas and Missouri. The border war or the border showdown. I like the border war. Just I call it like it is. It's what it was called for 170 years when they're fighting each other, trying to just massacre each other. So, but good job by Missouri in that game. In the quarterback Public or whatever. What's his name? What's the quarterback's name?
Pribula. That's the guy who transferred out of Penn State while they were in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why not? And then he's over at Missouri and he did a good job. So congratulations to him.
Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, they take care of business. They don't lose to Kentucky this year, but it was a close game. There was a lot of big time blowout games. One game that was really, really close. And a lot of people are really excited about this. Mississippi State defeating Arizona State. They're at home. They call it I think they're calling it the Mississippi State Miracle there. That
makes sense. Shaper did a good job. I mean, my gosh.
Mississippi State has not beaten a ranked non-conference opponent since
1981.
I had 1991.
No, I have no idea what the answer is.
Okay. I was like,
I know they beat Alabama in 1980 because I used to hear about that all the time. Oh, they beat the ranked team. It was like 6-3 or something. Mississippi State beat Alabama in 1980. But hey, great for Levy and his guys to come through and play hard. And Shapen did a good job. And Thompson, man, what a game. 6 receptions, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. Of course, the best one is the 58-yard touchdown at the end of the game. Shapen finds him, and it's just but it's so funny watching that Arizona State coach. Who was he yelling at the whole time? He was yelling at somebody the whole time.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
he's got passion. He's got passion.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I don't know who he's yelling at all the time, And but great for Mississippi State. That's a big win, right? I mean, that's a number 12 team in the country, and so that's a big win. Now, a little bit too much on the excessive celebration, running on the field and taking the goalpost and taking them to wherever they took them. I don't know.
Kids will be kids.
I mean, well, look, it's all about social media, right? Let's all see what we get on social media. So they're gonna. all right, Mississippi State, you pay the $100,000, but we're going to take the field. And and I guess all schools seem to be okay with that when they do that. But it's
good.
I
mean, I don't know. We're beating Arizona State, a team that was supposed to be the worst team in the Big 12 last year. We're storming the field after we beat them. I mean, it does definitely show, okay, Mississippi State, it's kind of like, it's like when you're like, you're playing basketball with your little brother and he makes a shot and you're like, good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm glad you made a shot. Yeah.
Right. That's all it is. So, I mean, I guess you got to feel happy for them. But I mean, they are not on the tier of most teams in the SEC. And speaking of most teams in the SEC, how do you feel about 11 SEC teams in the newly updated AP poll? They're in the top 25.
That's
saying something.
Well, you know what? I didn't pay attention to anybody after Alabama, so I don't know who's on there after Alabama. But I saw Alabama was at there at 20, and I saw that 7 of them that are ahead of Alabama. Alabama plays 7 of them in front of them. So that's how I look at it. So
the 2 that crept in right behind Alabama, Auburn is ranked 24th, and now Missouri is ranked 25th. So
good. I mean, that's really impressive.
Is the SEC back, Roger? Well, Nick Saban was saying that now the Big Ten has the advantage with NIL and all that. Is the SEC back? Man, or did they ever leave?
No, they didn't leave, man. You got to play it on the field. That's what it's all about, right? I got to fix this light or something. I don't know what the heck. I look funny.
Yeah, you're looking like a solar eclipse. Oh, there you go. Hey, Roger.
Hey! Should have told me that a long time ago, man. I thought I was fading away off into something about me. Just shrink, go backwards. But, hey, look, man, the SEC is the strongest conference around. There's no doubt about it. Top to bottom, it's the best. The Big 12 is going to be, oh my gosh, what kind of conference is that going to be this year? And of course, the Big 10, it's going to be Ohio State, Penn State, I think
Oregon.
Illinois, Oregon. I mean, I keep forgetting Oregon.
Oregon. What happened to Oklahoma State and Mike Gundy? He's taking his shirt off.
He's been around too long. They won't fire. He's gone. He's 100% gone, right? Because the Big 12 is set up for him. Like all the teams that they had the rivals against, right? Oklahoma and Texas are gone. You should be owning this thing. And it hasn't happened. Actually, they've gone. I mean, they didn't win a game last year in the conference. So, I mean, and it doesn't look like they could win. I mean, my goodness, that is embarrassing. I mean, it really is terrible. It's amazing how Oklahoma leaving, you would have think they would have risen up. And then they talk about money, and they had one of the biggest donors, before NIL and everything was legal to pay players. They had Boone Pickens, who just gave all kind of money to Oklahoma State. Yeah, he's one of the biggest donors ever to college athletics, Boone Pickens. Oh. And yeah, he gave more money.
Where's his money now?
In weight room facilities and hot tubs and stuff, where you might want to pay for players instead of facilities. Like literally, let's go dress in a trailer. Who cares? You're getting your money, let's go play ball. I need some guys that can play football. So, but it's tough. It's tough for Oklahoma State, man. But the Big 12 is just, we said it was going to be the best conference because it's going to be a battle week in and week out. It's like, it's a pillified.
Yeah.
They may not get a team in the playoffs. I mean, it literally, and look, and look, the group of 5 team, somebody has to get in from the group of 5. I understand. It doesn't matter. They're going, whoever it is, it's not going to be pretty because if Tulane is the best group of, right now, if you rank
USF,
the group of 5,
it's easily USF.
I think it's easily USF too. I mean, it looks pretty obvious, but USF plays Tulane somewhere down the line, but Tulane, they didn't. South Alabama rallied late, had a chance in that game. So,
I saw an interesting stat that John Sumrall's got the 4th best win percentage over the past 5 years out of every coach in college football.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, he does. He's done a good job. He's inherited good programs, and he's able to coach the players there.
Is he who ends up in Gainesville?
He's going to end up no, because I don't think Kentucky will let him go to Gainesville. I don't think Kentucky's going to let. He's a Kentucky guy.
Oh, you think they're going to give Mark Stoops the $30 million check and let him go?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gone.
That's a big paycheck. John Gruden, he could be fun in Florida.
Oh, he would love it. He's in Tampa. It's not a hard drive. Hey, just jump right over the other side of the coast. Yeah.
And you want to talk about, hey, what's the best way we can keep our talent here and then maybe get some more?
Yeah.
If John Gruden was your head coach,
yeah,
that'll get it done for you.
Yeah. No, that would be, I would have already called it. As soon as double zeros hit on that scoreboard, Gruden, Gruden, text him, pick up the phone, Gruden. Gruden, I don't want anybody else to talk to you. I need to talk to you. Look, I'll still let you live at your house. We'll fly you. We'll copter you back and forth. You can stay in your same house. We'll just copter you back and forth.
All right. There you go.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? We'll get you a nice apartment and the sorority house down the street, but we'll do whatever we have to do to keep you as a quarterback, but as the coach, but we'll see. Hey, I want to talk a couple of things I want to talk about too. Is I want to talk about Arch Manning because his debut wasn't so great. I don't know if his second. I don't know. I mean, he had good numbers, but I was going to call him. He may have saved himself from me having to call him Rico Manning because he loves his uncles, right? He loves Uncle Peyton, Uncle Eli, and obviously he throws the ball like Uncle Rico. So. When social media is great. It shows two separate clips of Uncle Rico throwing the ball, and it looks just like how you throw the ball. It's different to have one, right? But two clips, and then of course the comment is at least Uncle Rico hit the guy on the bike. Manning didn't, and then But what's interesting about social media? So you see, there's a clip going around, and they show him like Arch's face making like an ugly face throwing the ball. Did you see it? And I go, oh, he must have his shoulder hurt. Look at his face. And I go, you know what? Maybe he just makes ugly faces when he throws. You ever seen me lifting weights or going to the bathroom? I sometimes make ugly faces. When you're performing, you make an ugly face.
I hear you.
But one person takes one little thing and goes, his shoulder. I'm telling you this, if anything was wrong with his shoulders, like Sarkisian knows, and the Manning family knows, is like, if he's going to play hurt, that ain't going to happen because it is an investment, right? This guy's a future. He's got a lot of mechanics he needs to work on, which I thought he would be better at those than he is. But he's going to be just fine.
I was not expecting the comparison of Arch Manning's throwing mechanics to Roger Schultz taking a dump, but here we are. That's what you get on the Weekend Rewind.
It's all about the faces that you make, right? It's all about the faces that you make. So. It's just how it goes.
I got you. Well, looking at this updated AP poll, I mentioned how the SEC is now well represented. LSU still up there at number 3, beating Louisiana Tech 23-7. There were so many big time blowouts, but some of the top dogs in the SEC, LSU and Georgia, really didn't beat their opponents that dominantly. With Georgia only winning by 28-6.
Well, that's
still a win.
Both their games, the Marshall game and this last game that they played, Gardner Webb or whoever Georgia played.
Austin P.
Austin P. Yeah, the non-scholarship, or they used to be non-scholarship, by the way, Austin P. So interesting though. 28. What's going on? You can't be sandbagging it that bad because let me tell you, they got Tennessee this week.
Ooh.
You better be ready. Because I'm telling you what, Tennessee. Now I don't know if Tennessee's been. Who did Tennessee play the first week? They didn't play anybody. East Tennessee the second week. I can't remember who they played the first week. But
they played Syracuse.
Oh, that was. Did you see what the Syracuse coach did at the end of the game yesterday? Mm-mm. He made the team run wind sprints. He was so disgusted in their performance. They played UConn, and they didn't do a very good job. He made them run wind sprints. I love that, man. I love it. I remember I think Coach Curry one time made us come out at halftime and do bull in the ring out in the end zone because he didn't like the way we were performing. I was like, man, this is embarrassing. Can we just play better? That
Georgia-Tennessee game next week, that's going to be a fun one to break down for sure. And look, we didn't have the most blockbuster of matchups here in this week, but there was still a lot of fun football to be had. And all the narratives and storylines that were built up there from week 1, they're just continuing to progress, more layers to be added on. It's exciting stuff. I think we're in store for a wild and wacky football season here, Roger.
Well, yes, and it just goes to show you too. I think so. Let's go back to can we go back to Alabama?
Sure.
Can we go back to Alabama? Because I didn't state my State of the Union address of Alabama.
Let's hear it.
All right. So there's an article written, like, how did Alabama teams perform after a loss, right? And they referenced the 1991 Alabama team that played down in the swamp, lost 35-0 to Florida. And it was like, oh my God, Katie barred the door. Stallings lost his first. I was a part of losing 3 games in a row. By the way, I have a distinct, what do you want to, I forget whatever they call it, but a dubious distinction of being on the only Alabama team to start 0-3 and finish with a winning record. So just so you know. So I was with Coach Stallings when that happened. And then, of course, we roll over to 91. We lost to Florida. And then literally Alabama rattled off 28 wins in a row in a national championship and all that stuff, right? So people have a tendency to overreact. Like I said, last week I thought they had to make some adjustments. That'd be good. A little effort, a little thing. Team circled their wagons. But I will tell you this. Quarterback position, I thought Ty Simpson played well, pulled the trigger when he had to, wasn't waiting on wasn't waiting on Ryan Williams, right? Like, he's not the offense. Just take what they give you. And Bernard's been doing great anyway. So, and he played phenomenal. He's having an All-American season so far. He's been phenomenal. But I think the slot guys, I think Alabama has to make a change at tackle. After watching Caden Proctor, he's too fat, man.
He's supposed to be a first-round pick.
No, well, yeah, because he's big. He's athletic. On paper, he should be a first-round pick, but he ain't playing like a first-round pick. And they should move him from left tackle to right tackle. And the Carroll kid that they brought into the game, who was the second-string right tackle, who's a freshman from ING Academy, I would put him at left tackle and put Caden Proctor at right tackle. They're good inside. Both the guards and the centers, they're exceptional. Vandermark's not so good as Roberts, but I understand Jalen Roberts, who's supposed to be under concussion protocol, or when's he going to play? He doesn't start, but he played a lot yesterday. Played pretty good. He pulls better than Vandermark. Vandermark doesn't pull very well, but they're good. I think Riley, the running back, should be RB1, runs hard. And let me tell you what happened. Those coaches got on those running backs, and those running backs stuck their face in those linebackers' faces. And it made a huge difference. There were 2 or 3 plays where the running back picked up the linebacker and didn't kind of like soft shoulder him or try to – they just ran and smacked faces, and it was real effective. So I can tell you, I don't know who the running back coach is, but he got on their ass, and by God, they stuck their face in there and they hit some people, which was impressive. I think the receivers are fine. This Brooks and this Adams guy, let's get them the ball. And, of course, Horton caught his ball from – he got a touch. Everybody got a touchdown. All 3 quarterbacks threw 2 touchdowns at least. It's pretty impressive. But I think the offense, and I think the defense flew around, was playing hard. The problem is the weakness right now with Alabama is the defensive line, just trying to get pressure, get a sack. It's 2 games we don't have a sack yet. That's hard, right? And of course, you're missing 2 guys. You're missing who the 2 guys were missing inside the big Keenan. And was it Lamar or whatever his name is, Martin something. What's his name? Number 20. So he's missing. So they got to do some improvement in that. But I saw a lot of positives. That's what I wanted to see coming out of this game. And I'm glad that the guys rallied and everything. And the question will be is, hey, as we talked about earlier, hey, maybe Brian Williams being concussion protocol another week. No, we don't need that. He needs to play. He's definitely a weapon and somebody that can play. Is he a distraction? He's 100% a distraction. But that's where he has to strap it up and just go, hey, I'm not going to get on social media. I'm just going to I know it's hard because you get on and you like the clips and the likes. Hey, look, that's why Napier's going to get fired. Because Napier had the ball with 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go, just run out the clock, you win the game. But they decided to throw the ball on first down because guess what? I got DJ Lagway. I'm trying to get him to win the Heisman Trophy. So you know what he needs? He needs a hero moment. I got to get my man a hero moment. Well, you know what you got, you guy? You didn't get him a hero moment, but you got your ass fired. Good job, Napier. That's what he did. Because it's social media. Hey, he needs a hero moment. Well, good. Here's your hero moment. Your ass is fired, and y'all go drink coffee at the Waffle House. I'm staring at it on your picture there. So
that's right.
And there's Napier with in the little plane. Right?
They're flying.
Yeah, there he is. That's right. That's Napier taking DJ
flying back
Lagway,
to the Sun Belt.
Yeah, that's Napier taking DJ Lagway with him. So Because he's got that magic touch in his finger.
That's right. Well, Roger, man, it's always a blast breaking down.
I'm trying to make sure I got all my notes in.
I think we've kind of hit most of the headlines. We broke down Alabama twice.
I had to get it in. You didn't let me tell that, but that's how I feel.
You're good. You're good. Well, look, next week, a lot more big time football games for us to break down. And Georgia, Tennessee, definitely going to be headlining that. So,
and guys, there's a lot of football to be played.
That's right. That's right. Everyone hold your horses a little bit. All right. There's someone else on the hot seat. He's in Gainesville, not in Tuscaloosa.
No.
But Roger, man, like I said, I always enjoy breaking down the college football season with you. I look forward to breaking down week 3 with you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm going to be in Tuscaloosa. So
all right. I'm going to be in Auburn next week.
Really? All right. I got a task for me and you.
All right. Sounds good.
We're going to carry a little QR code around and tell people to subscribe. Because you got to subscribe and like, people. Subscribe and like.
Look, we don't need to put the QR codes here. We're just telling you directly.
Yeah, but hey, just like.
That's right.
Subscribe. And by the way, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It's just saying, hey, you guys are kind of doing a good job, or maybe we're not. I don't know. We're trying. But
it's simple. Even if we're not, subscribe anyway. Subscribe anyway and leave a hate comment. Because comments.
For Nick. Don't hate on me. I'm sensitive. So,
all right. Well, Roger, man, I look forward to chatting with you next week.
All right, man. I'll see you.
All right.